Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the National Women's Hockey League game between Connecticut WHL and
And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Chelsea Piers here in Stamford, Connecticut, alongside Erica Lawler. I'm Phil Giubileo, and history is being made here this afternoon as we have the very first NWHL women's professional hockey game being played here this afternoon. The Connecticut Whale and the New York Riveters, and here come the Whale out onto the ice. Erica, a former three-time national champion at the University of Wisconsin, silver medalist for Team USA, and you've been through a lot of international wars over the years in terms of hockey and going through college, winning multiple championships, and we're in a tiny rink, and this still has to give you goosebumps.
Honestly, Phil, right now this is amazing. I'm so impressed. I really am. This is a really, really special moment, I think. Regardless of rink size, it doesn't matter. This is an unbelievable atmosphere, and I think it's perfect. Honestly, it's perfect. This is awesome.
Well, we're really excited for you folks to be joining us here on NWHL Cross Ice Pass. The Whale have taken the ice here to our left, and eventually we'll have the New York Riveters coming out onto the ice.
Hey, how about these jerseys, too? These are, I mean, this is awesome. They got some serious swag on the ice right now, these the CT Whale. Pretty awesome stuff.
Well, the starting lineups being introduced right now. They're going player by player through the whole roster. PA announcer JJ Duke going through the rounds, and now the New York Riveters are taking to the ice here to our right. So we'll have a hockey game that's going to mean a lot, the start of an 18-game schedule between these two teams, and a game a week. There'll be a couple of games the first weekend in January on the 9th and 10th. You'll have back-to-back games that weekend. But right now, just really all about taking it in, this sold-out crowd. This place was packed an hour before game time.
Yeah, I'm still taking it in right now. This is awesome. I'm seriously just sitting here with goosebumps, like head to toe right now. This is really cool.
So they continue to introduce the players.
There's a lot of familiar faces out here. I mean, it's really great to see Molly Engstrom back on the ice. A lot of these players, I spoke to them before the game. I spoke to Brittany Doherty, actually, who just got announced. She went to Maine, and I said, hey, how are you doing? What have you been up to? And she's like, well, I just took 2 years off. And I don't know, I think that's the boat that a lot of these players are in, and it's really great to see them back on the ice and given that opportunity again. It's just, this is awesome. This is awesome.
For a number of the women, this is really uncharted waters when you talk about playing pro. You look at a Kelly Stack. She has a lot of international experience. She knows what it's like to get ready for World Championships, for the Olympics, in between trying to kind of juggle the rest of life. For most of these players, it's their first real opportunity to focus on being a professional, but unlike the NHL, unlike other pro leagues, yes, the women are getting paid. You still have to support yourself. You still have to do a lot of other things that, you know, other professional athletes don't have to do. How do you juggle that to get ready for games like this, be in top physical condition, and still manage to navigate through life?
I think when you love something that much, I think you love the sport so much, you don't really ask how, you just figure out a way to do it. And I remember I had to do that. I went to work from 8 to 5, and then I would train after work, and then I'd go to Harvard to practice with the Boston Blades a couple of years ago, and I wouldn't get home till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I'd go back at it again. I just think it's one of those things where you just find a way to figure it out because you love the game so much. And honestly, this kind of atmosphere really, it makes a huge difference. People are coming out to the game. All the excitement, all the energy in this building right now, it's unbelievable. I'm so impressed. It's seriously bringing tears to my eyes. Like, this is amazing.
Well, this is a complete sellout, so there is not a place to sit. There is not a place to stand. We may get a visit by the fire marshal before the end of this one. I mean, it really is a packed atmosphere as they introduce the final member of the Connecticut Whale roster, Alyssa Wolfeiler, number 88 for the Whale. And they're all lined up right now on one blue line. And we're going to have the opening puck ceremony here, the opening drop in just a moment. Let's look at these two teams. I mean, we have the Connecticut Whale coached by Jake Mastel. He's someone who doesn't have pro coaching experience. He's been around a lot of youth hockey over the years. On the flip side, Chad Weissman's a guy that had a 13-year playing career in the American Hockey League, 9 games in the NHL. So two totally different ways of looking at it in terms of coaching teams.
Yeah, I actually spoke with Chad before the game today, and he's very excited. I was like, hey, Chad, you better not let us New Yorkers down. I'm not a real New Yorker. I just, I'll jump on the bandwagon for now, I guess. But he's like, yeah, if they win, it's all me, and if they lose, I don't take any credit for it. But no, he was talking about the systems that he's running now. He said that the D-zone system in the neutral zone is something that these women have never tried out before. And I said, hey, you know what? The women's game's definitely not, a little creativity never hurt anybody. So I'm actually really looking forward to see what they have going on in today's game. And he said that there's always a learning curve when you're trying to figure out a new system. But I'm definitely excited to see the kind of, what he can bring to the table in the women's game. I think it's very exciting. And as far as the other coach goes, he's got a lot of talented players on that bench, and I don't know much about that his background, but it's definitely gonna be a great game. This is some great energy in this rink right now, and I just keep saying, this is amazing. I probably sound like a broken record at this point, but I can't say it enough.
All right, now they're introducing the starting lineups for the Connecticut Whale. They've already introduced the starting lineups for the Riveters. We will get those for you at the moment. Unfortunately, can't pick up the public address here. It looks like...
I was talking too much. I think I distracted you. I'm sorry about that, Bill.
Well, it looks like Jamie Leonoff is going to get the start today in goal for the Whale. And we will keep it here as we get set for the national anthem. Well, a fantastic job here on the national anthem as we get set for the opening puck drop. History being made here this afternoon as the Connecticut Whale hosting the New York Riveters.
Wow, that was some anthem.
That was very well done. the wife of New York Riveters associate coach Mark DeSimone. And in fact, Erica, she'll be sitting right next to us, and we'll have to let her through.
Oh.
Just to give you, give you an idea, just to give the folks an idea at home, is Danny Ryland, the founder and commissioner of the NWHL, is going to drop the ceremonial first puck to begin the season. We are amongst the fans here at Chelsea Piers. This is a very small rink, only about 4 rows of bleacher seats on our side as Danny Ryland drops the puck.
Megan Fardelman,
and Jessica Koizumi.
Yep. They, a fun fact here is Jessica Koizumi assisted Megan Fardelman's only goal for Team USA when she played on the national team, I believe in 4 Nations Cup. Pretty interesting fact. You're gonna watch them go head-to-head today.
Yeah, that's interesting because a lot of the ladies here have played on teams together. They've obviously played against each other in college, so just definitely a different dynamic, especially if you've played on a roster together. I know a number of CWHL members from the Boston Blades last year representing both teams, and they were teammates last year.
Yeah, there's a lot of overlap. You're playing in college, or playing in leagues like this. Anytime when you're on a U.S. team and you're going to tournaments, twice every year, you're coming together for camps. You're gonna overlap with a lot of the other players on the different teams. So it's kind of funny how that comes together, but it's fun to play against one another, You always want to beat your friends the most. I mean, I know I do anyway. I don't know.
Well,
about this league she was starting, the concept of it, and we left all fired up, and I was just thinking, she's kind of crazy to think this is going to happen, and boy, did she prove me wrong. This is awesome.
Well, she's on no sleep, I'm sure, for the past 6+ months. We are underway. Pro women's hockey being played here in Stamford, Connecticut. In goal to our left for the Connecticut Whale, it is Jamie Leonoff. Puck is in the Whale zone. Connecticut won both of their preseason games. There is Brickner through center, poked over the line, and now dumped over into the New York Riveters bench. The New York Riveters playing.
Quick change right there. Quick shift, got to get those quick shifts in, get your legs under you. There's a lot of energy in this. There's a lot of energy in the rink right now, so it's really important to get those couple shifts in and to get your feet under you, to get the butterflies out, start feeling good.
Now Lumilia Belyakova toss from the circle. Sam Faber wins the draw as the puck dumped into the Riveters zone to our right side. Nana Fujimoto is the goaltender from Japan for this Riveters team. She was the most outstanding goaltender at the World Championships, the most recent one. And now the Riveters come through on the breakout, led by the Russian Belyakova. She'll play it in. Has it poked away in the far wing corner by Doyle. Pinching along the right side is Elena Orlando. Can't keep the zone, and now here come the Whale with speed. Top of the left circle, and the shot coming in just a bit wide by Michaela Long. Riveters look to play out of their zone. We're a minute 15 in. No score in the game. First women's pro hockey game here in Stamford, Connecticut.
Yeah, back and forth. Looks pretty good so far. You got to get some shots on net. Got a couple shots on the Riveters here, but I think the Riveters are still waiting for their first.
Well, a stretch pass up the middle off the stick of Ward. Dotson will play it back in the Riveters zone. Rimmed around and kept in back on the right wing side by Berman. And now we get a penalty behind the play. Interference the call, and it's going to go, well, let's see, down on the ice for the Riveters. Kira Dotsall, number 26. And the door is going to open for her. She's going to take the first penalty in the history of the NWHL. 1 minute, 44 seconds in.
I'm interested to see how they're going to kill this. They've been practicing for a few weeks now, so they must have their system pretty, I don't know, pretty down in place right now. But obviously there's always a learning curve when you're starting out a season and you're trying to learn special teams, especially power play. I think it takes a while to get your power play down, so I'm interested to see what they can do here.
There's Babstock for the Whale back on the right side. They swing it to the center point. Brickner pokes it left circle, and the shot came in just wide by the dangerous Kelly Stack.
That was a nice issue. She was trying to go back door there to Kazumi, I think. It was a great attempt. Nice try.
Kazumi cycling on the right side, back to Stack. Sharp angle try.
Another
on goal save. Rebound, they score! Right at the doorstep.
Yeah, it was a great look by Kelly back door, and then got a shot, get it right to the slot, and they were able to capitalize on a rebound, I believe there. Was that a rebound in front?
There was a rebound in front. You had some bodies out in front. We'll see who gets credit.
Yeah, was it Kazumi? Maybe it's good and scrappy in front of the net. I think she just shoveled that backhand right in there. But I think that was Kazumi. I'm not positive.
Well, you had Kazumi.
I'm too short to see him. I'm done. Everyone's getting in my way.
You had Kazumi and you had Babstock right by the far post side of the goal, and we'll see who gets credit for it. So a 1-0 lead here for the Riveters as we are 2.5 played.
Yeah, special teams are such an important element of the game. If you can score on a power play, and it's a huge advantage. I think that the key to any team winning any game is being able to execute on their power play opportunities. So that's a huge goal for the Whale.
Oh, we got some well, I wouldn't call it fisticuffs, but an altercation behind the play. Engstrom and Packer.
Oh, wow, you got Madison
having
Packer
some words.
mixing it up a little bit out there.
They're both going to go to the penalty box here. It is Kozumi from Stack. The time of the goal, 2:26 on the interference penalty. And we've got matching minors here at 2:54 for roughing.
Yeah, Phil, I told you, there's sometimes a little bit of fighting in the game. Before we were talking about how the men's and women's game are different, and he said there's no checking and no fighting, and I said, well, actually, sometimes there's a little bit of fighting. I've fought a time or two back in my day, back in the Stone Ages when I was still kicking around.
Did you actually drop the gloves? You didn't drop the gloves, did you?
Actually, there was one time I really tried to be a tough guy. My helmet got ripped off, and someone cut my gums, and it wasn't a good look for me.
So we've got some matching minors here. Play is in the Connecticut Whale zone. 4-on-4. So we'll see that for the first time this season. Puck dumped in by Orlando from center. The Whale play it out down the right side. Ward centers off of Doherty. That'll turn the Riveters back the other way. They try to lead it up the middle, and instead we'll see the Whale play the dump in behind their net. Puck still along the sidewall.
Yeah, it's 4-on-4. It's a game about possession. You got to hold on to the puck.
Gabby Figueroa pinching, shooting, and a nice save. Just tucked in off the stick of the Whale goaltender.
Was that the first shot for the Riveters? First shot on net for the game, or no?
It was, and okay. Janie Leonoff gets her first save, so sees a little bit of action. Minute 19 remaining in the 4-on-4 years. Janine Weber tries to win it back to Figueroa. Dump back in behind, and Berman for the Whale will take it back around.
I played on Berman's team a couple years ago. She was a forward then. Looks like she's playing defense now.
Well, a big hit along the boards. It looked like she's skating. We got a boarding penalty coming up, and during the rushes, she took a shift on defense. She also skated up as a forward, so she might play a little bit of both, but we see a boarding penalty. 3:55 in, and we get another power play.
Number 61.
Coming up here, and Kelly Stack will go to the box. So
she's usually number 16. I'm all thrown off with her 61 right now. I kind of like it, though. Kelly Stack, a bruiser out there.
Well, it'll be a 4-on-3 for the next minute in the first power play of the season for the Riveters, who trail 1-0. Dotzel at the point, base of the right circle. She'll get it back.
Yeah, I'd like to see them really spread out, start to move the puck a lot on this 4-on-3. There's a lot of ice out there.
And Kazumi with a nice backhand clear off the near side glass. Dotzel will pick it right back up at the center red line and drive it in for the Riveters.
The problem with a 4-on-3 is that you don't normally practice it in practice. So when you go out there, you're kind of like, okay, so, what do I do? I think it's best to probably bring it in a little tighter than you would normally. It's kind of like a 5-against-3, I guess. But you take one person out of it, I don't know. You really gotta shrink up the ice a little bit and then try to find that seam to find the open man. But it's a difficult play because you don't practice it very often. You're a little out of your element.
All the Whale able to clear the zone. Figueroa with Ketchum, along with Ammerman and Belyakova. That's the Four-man group here for the Riveters as they skate in across the Whale line. Ammerman bringing it all the way down in behind the net. Now to an open Figueroa at the blue line. Barely keeps it alive. Moves it back to the right side for Ammerman. 1-0. Riveters trail here. Good shot from the right side. Save made and cleared out by Connecticut here as we get a stoppage after it's covered up by Fujimoto. 5:01 in first period. 1-0. The Whale on top by the goal from Kazumi.
Yeah, this is a huge opportunity for the Riveters to try to tie up the game. Hopefully they can capitalize on their power play opportunity here.
Cheyenne Darkangelo played at Quinnipiac, which is not terribly far from Stamford, up in Hamden, New York, and now a shot coming in from the right side. Fujimoto drops that off, and play will continue with 43 seconds left in the stack penalty. The matching minor penalties ended, so it's back to a 5-on-4. Traditional power play here is Holes chips it ahead, played in across the line, right wing circle, shot save, rebound put just on net.
It's a nice low shot. Hope tried to get the rebound on it and just missed it. It's a nice play.
And Kira Dodsall, they work it back along to the near wing side, jammed up the boards and in. Out to center ice, Long for the Whale, trying to poke it ahead. She's stripped. And Doyle will chase it back for the Whale deep in their own zone.
So 6 minutes in, we've gotten a power play on both sides. A decent amount of penalties already called in this game.
Ashley Johnson from the point, put it through, save made. A lot of traffic out in front. Sprawling and making another nice stop is Jamie Leonoff, and she's looked really good in net so far, Erica.
Yeah, really good. She's doing a great job, especially with that much pressure when you have a rebound just sitting there and there's all these forwards kind of crashing in on you. That's a tough one to cover up as a goaltender, and tough for, it's all to the defense to clear out the forwards, pick up sticks, and the goalie to cover the puck. So she did a great job.
Now you could see a little influence. We talked about how Chad Weissman, former longtime pro coaching, definitely using some of that as Kelly Stack dangles toward the slot, had it poked away from behind.
You're going to see that from Kelly Stack a lot. She has this unbelievable toe drag, and she's very deceptive with the puck. I love watching her play. She's an unbelievable player, probably one of the best in the women's game in my opinion, and definitely somebody to watch out for.
She is the highest paid player in the league at $25,000 for the season. That was publicly announced, so not telling any tales here. This is a salary cap based league. The minimum is $10,000 for a player. Many of the rookies in the league get around the league minimum, which is, you play in all games, just over $500 a game. Not too bad for side money.
Yeah, no, not at all.
And you hope over time that number will just continue to exponentially grow as Brianna Doherty pokes it back to the far wing corner. Johnston, who has some good size, trying to take it away, and now a hit along the back as Doherty knocked down to the ice. Good play there by Orlando as it's chipped back up the far wing side. The Whale trying to muscle along the sideboards, and now it's dumped in behind as we are 7:10 played into this first period. 1-0 the Whale on top, and now a breakout pass up the middle. Beljakovic trying to split the D, had it taken away at the line, and now the puck brought over offside by Madison Packer, and no further play. 12:42 to go in the first, and it's 1-0 Whale.
I'd like to see the Riveters add a little bit of depth to their neutral zone and to their offensive zone. I think that they're going three-person in a line a lot, and I'd like to see them add a little depth of that. They seem to be a little bit confused. They're getting, it's the first game of the season, so you're going to expect there to be a little bit of confusion and a little bit of a learning curve when you're going out there playing with your line mates that you're not quite used to yet. So just a little communication would probably be helpful to them at this point.
Oh, the Whale win the draw. Riveters poke it back in, chased down deep by Brickner, and she'll drop it off to Anya Battaglino. It was supposed to be for the Connecticut Whale today, Katya Smolenseva, but she is not playing. And now here's Warren with a toe drag shooting, blocked out in front. And Battaglino trying to play it in the far wing corner, gets stripped, turned around, good hit as a Riveters player knocked to the ice. And now here come New York through center. Sent in deep. Michaela Long winds it around the boards, back to Battaglino. Can't clear it, kept alive by Orlando. And now a breakhead pass up ahead. Skating in is Long. Long trying to toe drag and go around Johnston. Picks it back up in behind the net. And now cycles it back off for Sam Faber. Faber looking in front for Long. Has that hacked away.
Michaela Long is a workhorse out there. She's a really, really hard worker. She's always has been. It's really great to see her on the ice again.
Now we got a hooking penalty coming up, and it appears that the Whale At 8:15 of this first period, we'll get their second power play.
Did you see that penalty?
Well, there was a hook, and it was Ashley Johnson. She was definitely using the body. She doesn't seem to agree with the call.
Yeah, I personally don't love a game where there's too many penalties called. I think it takes away from the flow, but you got to stay out of the box if you want to win a hockey game. So hopefully the Riveters can figure out a way to kill this one off.
Engstrom with it, center point on the power play to Faber off her stick in the right wing corner. Works it around, it skips by Kelly Stack and ahead to the point for Doyle. Back to Stack, top of the slot. Moves it down low to the right side for Faber. Faber in the near wing corner working it. Now cross ice back to Doyle, inching in with a shot off the leg pad. Fujimoto the save.
Honestly, if I were on the Riveters right now, I wouldn't give Kelly Stack an inch on this power play. She's too deadly with the puck.
Here's Faber trying to inch in from the edge of the right wing circle. She gets forced back along the boards. Loose in the slot as they were looking for Stack. It went by her and cleared out by Kira Dodsall. 50 seconds gone into this penalty on the New York Riveters, who are 0 for 1 on the power play today. 9:10 gone in the first, and it's 1-0 Whale.
The Whales seem to be moving the puck pretty well for a team that's their first game. You never really expecting a team to be able to move the puck up as quickly or transition as quickly as they have. They've had a lot of good breakouts and stuff, and I'm pretty impressed with the way they're playing right now.
Back on the left side for Long. Edge of the goal for Cheyenne Darkangelo, the Quinnipiac standout, just finished her career. Gets it back in behind the net for Long. Long for Fracken at the point out of Boston University, now to the right side. Long gives it back. Darkangelo, sharp angle try. That one deflected wide by Fujimoto.
Really good movement on this power play right now. I'd like to see the Riveters get a little bit more aggressive on it.
Got 20 seconds left. Fratkin's right point shot blocked by Brown, knocked the stick out of her hands. To Darkangelo right side from the circle. Shoots, came in off the high chest of Fujimoto, and she knocks it down to make the save.
Yeah, I think the Riveters looked a little confused with their rotation on that. I don't know if they don't know quite where to go yet on the penalty kill, but as I keep saying, it's their first game. It's always a process trying to learn special teams, especially if it's a different system that you're not used to on the penalty kill. That can be confusing and open up a lot of seams if you're not careful.
Top line back on for the Whale. Puck on the left point now to Fratkin. To Frickner left wing side. Edge of the goal. Stack behind the back pass. She was looking for Kazumi in front. And a diving play there by Ammerman to get it out of the Riveters zone. It's back to 5-on-5. So the Whale now 1 for 2 on the power play with a 1-0 lead. 9.5 to go in this first period. Very fast-paced one, despite the handful of penalties called in this opening 20. Puck tied up along the near wing boards just inside the Riveters zone. Belyakova digging in for the Riveters, and the Russian chips it ahead, and it's Ammerman for the Riveters. Try to dangle it. A good poke check away there by Brickner. Back in behind Ammerman. Try to blind pass it out in front. It's taken away, and dumped ahead is Kozumi up the left wing side. Past the center red. Loses the handle to Johnston. And it's played back the other way as we have 8:50 to go in the first.
Yeah, the Whales seem to be dominating this period so far. I know they've gotten a couple power play opportunities, but I just feel like they have their systems down a little bit better. They might be working a little bit harder, at least using one another a little bit better than the Riveters are. I think they have a better transition game right now, and that's a huge component of the game and having the momentum. Someone said it was nice to hear my voice. I'm very flattered. Thank you. Thank you. I know I have quite the voice, don't I, Phil?
You're doing a great job so far as play resumes here at Chelsea Piers as the puck hits the ceiling. So it is out of play. Stoppage with 8:33 to go in this first period. 1-0 Whale. The Riveters based out in Brooklyn, so these two teams aren't terribly far apart, and you hear a "Let's Go Riveters" chant here in the home barn of the Whale.
Yeah, it's funny. I live in Astoria in Queens, and you would think that the Riveters home rink would be closer to my apartment than the Whale rink, but actually Stamford's closer to me than the rink that's in Brooklyn for the Riveters, so kind of ironic.
Here come the Riveters, meanwhile, trying to move in on the rush. Puck in the corner. waiting for it to come free. Good work by Doherty trying to dig that off the boards for the Whale.
I'd like to see the third man kind of try to get in a little bit deeper, maybe take the risk there and hop on the puck as soon as it squirted it out of the corner. There was a 2-on-2. I would have liked to have seen someone, get on that puck right away, especially when you're trying to create an offensive opportunity and you're not getting much in the zone.
Catch him for the Riveters, gliding down the left wing side. She's rubbed into the boards. Engstrom takes it away. A little extracurricular shoving after that, as the Whale play it back to the Riveters line.
Yeah, the Riveters got to get some energy right now. I'd like to see somebody, give a little to get the team kind of fired up a little bit.
There come the Whale on the rush, and Faber looking for the drop pass, has it poked away, and the Riveters come back from right to left. Hanrahan there, backhands it on net and scooped up. A good save. Hadn't seen much action in the last couple of minutes for the Whale netminder Jamie Leonoff, but she's able to hold on. 1-0 Whale lead with 7:18 left in the first.
You see Megan Fartelman right there going really, really hard to the net. I can't imagine as a goaltender that it's very fun when you see a forward with that kind of speed skating as hard as humanly possible. It's like Luis Mendoza and the Mighty Ducks, you better make sure you can stop or that goalie's going down.
You got a lot of padding, but it still doesn't feel good.
No, I can't imagine it does.
There's Doyle for the Whale, looking to prevent the forechecking Belyakova from getting to things. Puck cleared out to center, and the Riveters get it back. Lob back in deep. Belyakova will lead the forecheck in chase. Again, it's Doyle trying to play it ahead. Kept in left point. Figueroa is shooting. Good sliding play there, blocked by Molly Engstrom, and now we get a offside here, and that'll stop play with 6:41 remaining in the first.
Yeah. Like I keep saying, I want the Riveters got to bring some more energy right now. I mean, the Whale for the last couple minutes haven't really gotten much of an opportunity, but I think that the Riveters really need to start supporting one another a little bit quicker than they are right now.
Fratkin for the Whale. Shoots it in from just behind the Riveters line, rimmed around at the left wing side. Kazumi digging in, looking for control.
Kazumi wearing the same number she wore in college, 56. I'll never forget that. The Minnesota-Duluth rivalry right there against the Badgers was always number 56, and she still is now.
And she has the first ever goal in league history as it's put in on net. Back in the Whale zone. Here come the Whale now down the near wing side. It's Stack. 1-on-3, and I don't think that's going to stop her. Trying to move to the slot, and Chelsea Brown able to poke that away. Hanrahan now for the Riveters. Lobs it in over Fratkin's head. Settle down side of the goal. Back in the near wing corner, and it's taken by Stack. Team USA member centering it ahead. Brianna Doherty moves in, loses it back on the near wing. Puck creeps across the line, and a little battle here as we have a good hit along the boards, and not really standing the test of time on that one was Morgan Fritz Ward as she went down. 5.5 left in the first, 1-0 Whale. And now the Whale clear it. And Fujimoto will come out of the net, play it ahead. She turns it over, puck loose, back to the left wing circle, backhand try, and Ward's shot goes a bit wide.
Yeah, she's not going to be happy about that pass right there. Gave it to the other player, gave it to the other team on that. I'm sure as soon as that released off her stick, she was thinking, I want to pull that one back.
Here come the Riveters back the other way. Fritz Ward shooting one and blocked back toward the corner. Lost there. Taken away by Wolfeiler. She'll head man it for Faber, who looks to split the D. She's shoved away by Johnston, pawed on by Fujimoto. And no further play with 4:49 left in the first.
Yeah, good thing they took Sam Faber's body on that one because she's a very slippery player and she's very deceptive. She's got great hands and very finesse. You got to watch out for that. You can very easily get caught watching the puck and see you later. She'll be right. She'll stick handle right through you.
Face off to the right of Fujimoto. Whale win control. Long with it in behind the net. Looking for Faber. She's tied up there. Rim back around to the near wing side, and Johnson, who's got great size. She's a very big defenseman, getting it out through center. And the Whale regained control. Well, long cross-ice pass, but Johnson
go,
able to lead it ahead, and now Belyakova walking in alone with a backhand shot. Oh, what an amazing save!
Yeah, it was a bad change by the Whale, and the Riveters really capitalized on that opportunity. That was a great heads-up play right there.
Emilia Belyakova had a breakaway looking to tie things up, but an outstanding save by Jamie Leonoff keeps it 1-0 Whale. Kazumi back the other way. She shoots looking 5-hole, but Fujimoto the stop with 4:01 left in the first.
That was a nice shot by Kazumi right there. I thought she might have gotten it through the little space when the goalie goes down in the butterfly, about 12 inches up on the far right post. I thought she was going for that. I think it almost snuck through, but goalie did a good job making the save.
Kelly Stack losing the draw to Brown. Riveters deep in their own zone. Here comes some good pressure. Babstock takes it away in the left wing corner. Ahead to the point. Molly Engstrom there to the left wing circle shot. Save Fujimoto. That one pushed a bit wide.
That was a great look by Molly Engstrom on that play right there.
Good pass to Babstock. She couldn't get the shot in on net. And now we get an offside stopping play with 3:36 to go in the first.
It's great to see Molly Engstrom back on the ice. I've played with her for a number of years. She's probably one of the best defenders. She's a real true defenseman, I guess. Very defensive. You don't come by that very often, where you have a really, really strong defenseman in front of the net who's just solid. I don't think, if you're out there on forward and there's a loose puck in front of the net and Molly Engstrom's the person covering you, you're probably not going to score.
You're stacking the slot, putting one up high over the crossbar. She was able to toe drag to her left. Back the other way come the Riveters. Playing it in is Fartelman. She loses it as she was moved off in the circle. Nice play by Engstrom. Now Fartelman and Engstrom battle again, and coming over to calmly take that away, Kelly Stack. Now to Doherty along the near wing side. Doherty through center, pokes it by Gabby Figueroa. Dotzel will play it deep in for the Riveters. Back to Figueroa and led up the left wing boards. The center ice, and Kaylee Fracken will drive it back in on net. Fujimoto holds on. She wanted to drop that off. It got caught up in her gear, and no further play with 2:44 left in the first. 1-0 Whale.
The Whale are doing a great job staying high on the forecheck. The Riveters are having a really tough time finding their center outlet. They're clogging down on that winger on the sideboards, and the winger's not finding their center. They're having a tough time breaking out right now.
Riveters play it out. On the right wing side, skating in is Janine Weber, the Austrian. She'll drop it back off, and she was setting up some traffic in front. The puck was net was wide open. Shrieking in was Figueroa coming in from the blue line. We get a penalty here.
That was a great opportunity.
Yeah, the door closed pretty quickly. It was yawning open for Gabby Figueroa. Good presence by her to kind of step up and take that chance, and now we got a penalty coming.
Yeah, she had two big forwards in front of the net kind of blocking out, taking the goalie's eyes away. So she came down trying to sneak it in, but didn't quite follow through or execute on it. But that was a great opportunity and great attempt.
It is a cross-checking penalty. It goes against Ward at 17:33 of the first period.
This would be a huge goal for the Riveters if they could close out the period with a tie. That would be great.
This is the second power play of the afternoon for the Riveters. Their first one started as a 4-on-3. It was a penalty against Kelly Stack. Their first full 5-on-4 man advantage here. Meanwhile, a player for the Riveters losing her stick.
That was a nice play, keep in right there. That was a huge play.
Packer looking to lead Ammerman, and it deflected back in on goal. Ahead now to the point for Ketchum. To the right side, Dotzel plays it back for Ammerman. In behind the net, little give and go as the Riveters try to cycle down low against this penalty kill. Ketchum waiting for the puck off a deflection, has it center point, fires one, it tipped and went wide.
Packer was doing a great job screening in front of the net on that play too. The goalie didn't even see it. She didn't even move after the shot was released.
Minute gone and the penalty on Ward. 1-0 Whale lead. Final minute 20 of this first period, and the Riveters will start back in behind their net. It is Kira Dodsall leading the way, the ex-Colgate product. Played last year for the Blades in Boston in the CWHL, the lone American team in that league. And now Hanrahan trying to lead a pass in front. Final minute of play with 28 left on the penalty. Figueroa keeping on the left side, looking for Hanrahan. Drop back off in behind the net. And the well can't clear. Kept alive by Holds, wearing number 91 for the New York Riveters, out there on the second power play unit. Hanrahan takes back, saucers it to Figueroa. She skates the line, back in the left wing corner. Hanrahan there, thrown out in front, deflected just wide. You had Belyakova at the top of the crease. And now it's back to 5-on-5 hockey. Still traffic in front. Hanrahan, 2 whacks at it, and it was stopped. Good saves.
Yeah, those are some really big saves. Really big. That's a huge penalty kill for the Whale.
Leonoff had a good stop. Now it's Belyakova again from the left side, put in on net. Leonoff the save. She nearly got run into. 5 seconds remaining in the period. 4-3. Back on the near side. Stack will skate it out, and the first period is over. 20 minutes in the books. The first 20 minutes of women's pro hockey.
Had really good scoring opportunities. Both goalies are playing well.
Now the face-off is controlled by the Riveters as they dump it into our right. The Whale in those royal blue sweaters with the green and white trim. There's Ketchum to the slot, shoots one, and that one sticked away. Another good save by Leonoff.
It's a good start for the Riveters. That's exactly how they needed to come out this period.
Buckle on the right wing side, and the Whale will get it out to center ice, sent ahead by Babstock. Kazumi with it, settles the puck down, backhand try, top of the right circle, sticked away by Fujimoto. That top line of Stack with Babstock and Kazumi have had a lot of chemistry here in this first period as we see an icing. Haven't seen many of that. I think that might be the first one called in this game as they'll bring the face-off back out the other way.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen an icing call at all today either. It's actually really interesting to watch Fujimoto in the net too. She's kind of smaller, but she makes herself even smaller. She crouches down really, really low in the net. Just has a really, really low stance. So I bet when players look at her, they're shooting probably top corner because she does get down really low and she leaves a lot of space in the upper parts of the net.
Now following the icing, they're making sure that Ashley Johnson gets back on the ice. Can't change when you're facing off in your defensive zone following an icing as the puck dumped off the boards, angled out in front. Loose puck in the slot, some traffic there. And now Darkangelo will feed it back toward the point. She was looking for Doyle, who couldn't keep the zone.
Yeah, there were just 3 Whale players wide open in front of the net on that play, trying to bury that rebound.
Michaela Long back on the left wing side. She was looking for Sam Faber, who caught an edge. And along the wing, it's Belyakova dropping it back to Gabby Figueroa. She was looking to find Janine Weber, but the Austrian-born forward coming off on a line change, and that allows the Whale to get it out to center ice. Diving play by Long to get that away from Figueroa.
Wow.
Spinning around is Faber. Faber 2-on-1, shoot!
Wow.
Oh, and that one rang off the pipe.
Hey, I told you they're going to go upstairs because she gets down really low in the net. I called that one, Phil. Look at
good
that.
Look there. Good look by Sam Faber, and there was some room right above that right shoulder on the stick side of Fujimoto, and good look there, but still a 1-0 game.
Yeah, you got to watch out for Sam Faber. She's sneaky, and she can do that a lot. She picks the puck, and she goes on breakaways. I think Sam Faber probably had more breakaways at UNH than anybody I've ever seen play college hockey.
Riveters back in their own zone. Figueroa with the outlet to the right side for Madison Packer. She leads Belyakova, looking in the slot for Ammerman cutting down. She has that hacked away, and it's settled by Brianna Doherty. Try to go rink wide on a pass. It's dumped back the other way by Elena Orlando. And now the Riveters will play it back along the far wing boards. Johnston leads it ahead. Hanrahan there. Good looks in the first period. Now a drop pass in the slot. Shooting save made. Leonoff stacking the pads. Now down in the butterfly, sprawling out, and she hangs on to keep it a 1-0 Whale lead. 2:27 gone to the second period.
Yeah, that was a great play. Had the winger stretching the ice on the far blue line. The defenseman passed it right up to her. It created a 3-on-2 opportunity, and then she found the third man coming high right off the person who was driving to the net, right off their hip, and almost created a great great scoring opportunity right there. It almost tied up the game at 1.
Kaylee Fratkin trying to wind it around the boards, loose in the slot. Dotzel with a drive, sticked away after it was played off the end boards by the netminder Leonoff. Along the right wing side, both teams battling. The Riveters come away with it. Chelsea Brown to the corner. Hanrahan there. They look to cycle. Whale a 1-0 lead. As they skate out with it through center, Babstock on the right wing. Looks to get around Figueroa. Here's Babstock curling around the net, caught off balance. She loses the puck, and the Riveters will get it ahead. Cherry picking that time was Hanrahan, but a good play by the defenseman as Molly Engstrom able to get back up and slow things down as Fratkin will play it in behind her own goal. Drops it back off for Engstrom. Facing pressure on the forecheck by Weber of the Riveters, and Weber comes away with it, clears it back out to center, but it goes all the way down, and Orlando will play it in the corner for New York.
Oh,
now we got some physical play.
yeah.
That was long. Drop back on a takeaway to the point for Doyle. Back to Long again, looking rink wide for Engstrom, but coming back to take control of it is Ketchum. Ketchum, good speed, drops it back off to the right wing side for Fritz Ward. She tried shooting one that deflects high in the air. Comes back down, Engstrom for the Whale. Tied up by Fritz Ward in the corner. A steal, is shot in the slot, a good pass. Falling down was Bray Ketchum. She didn't get much puck, and it trickled wide.
That was a great look. That was a great opportunity. I bet Bray wants another shot at that shot right there, that one-timer. It's a tough one-timer to make from out of the corner like that, but it was a great attempt.
No, the pass almost coming from behind her and trying to get a good angle and enough of that stick blade on, and she just kind of swung on and just didn't get much of it. She didn't miss completely.
You blame that on being the beginning of the season. That's what I always did. Nice goal right there by Brooke Ammerman. Very nice goal. They won the draw.
Right off the face-off, Ammerman from the top of the left wing circle kept the puck along the ice. And this game is tied 4:15 into the second period on Ammerman's first.
Brooke Ammerman's definitely a dangerous player in the slot. She went to the University of Wisconsin. Her and Packer played together at the University of Wisconsin. They're line mates here right now. They were both freshmen when I was a senior. Brooke Ammerman is a great goal scorer.
So Brooke Ammerman with the game-tying goal, 5-8 out of Rivervale, New Jersey. So a 1-1 game here.
Actually, you know what? Packer wasn't a freshman when I was a senior. I'm really aging myself right now. She was she was a freshman when I was a fifth year. So Brooke was a freshman, though.
Belyakova from the right wing side shooting one. Leonoff to save. Puck in off its moorings. The net knocked clear and play stops with 15:15 to go in the second period. The game tied at 1.
Yeah, the Riveters are bringing a lot of energy to the game right now. This is actually a great period so far, back and forth. A lot of great transition plays, some odd man rushes, really good execution on a lot of these plays.
So the face-off will be back in the Whale zone. Kelly Stack in on the draw, controls it herself. Has it stripped in the corner. A little work in behind. Fratkin trying to work it back up the near wing side, held at the point by Johnston. Stackle on the half wall for the Whale, coming away with it for Kazumi, looking to lead it back ahead, and Johnson kept her body in front as the puck moves over, and Babstock will take it away. The Whale skated in. Babstock down the right wing side from the corner, shoots it, missed wide, penalty coming. It's going to be to the Riveters. The Whale will get their third power play, extra skater on. At the center point, Fratkin with a blast save made, rebound, they score! And just like that, on the delayed penalty, the Connecticut Whale take the lead. It's 2-1.
I'm not even sure what they would have called if they were. I was just confused, thinking, am I watching the same hockey game that the rest watching right now? Because I have no idea what was going to be called. But I guess it doesn't matter now. You know, it doesn't even matter. They scored before they even had the power play opportunity, and that's always. I mean, that's an awesome. When you can do that, you'd rather do that. You know, you want to score as soon as possible.
Kelly Stack led the celebratory skate out of the goal, so I believe she'll get credit for it. There were several bodies camped out in front of Fujimoto, so that tie game short-lived, just 1 minute and 10 seconds in between goals, as Ketchum will play it for the Riveters back in their own zone. It is Kelly Stack with credit for the goal. Not a surprise to see her light the lamp as the Riveters put one on net.
I was going to say, I'm not surprised. She's the player that you're going to probably see score a lot of goals this season.
Well, the PA calling it unassisted for the moment. That should likely change once they identify the skaters who helped out on the stack goal.
I bet Kazumi was one of them.
Back on the right wing side, here is Engstrom. Works the puck back for the Whale in her zone. Now for Michaela Long. She can't get it clear. Pinching was Johnston. Regained behind the goal by the Whale.
Is Whale plural?
No, well, it's just the Connecticut Whale.
Okay.
That's all it is.
All right, because it messes me up sometimes. I get distracted by that.
Yeah, you have whales, and there are whales,
Yeah.
that's plural, but they go by the singular name.
Okay.
And a backhand try, Say made out in front. Good look down at the top of the crease. And here come the Whale from right to left. They'll skate it in. Doherty looking in the slot, trailing the play, a shot, and it's waved off. There was a goal, or the puck crossed the line. Berman got it through, but Fujimoto got run into by a Whale skater, immediately waved off.
Yeah.
And it stays 2-1 Connecticut.
Yeah, I don't think that was a goal. Fujimoto was in the net, and I thought that it was going to be called on. She got pushed in the net.
She got pushed in.
But she kicked her leg out, so I don't think the puck ever crossed the line. It was a close one, though. I would argue it. If I were on the CT Whale, I would argue it. You always want to try to argue a goal when you have an opportunity to, but I don't think it necessarily was. It seemed like she was backed into the net, but I do think she got her leg out, kicked the puck before it went over the line. It was a great save, actually.
Well, they say no goal. From our angle, it's hard to tell because we're so low, basically behind the glass a few rows up, that we wouldn't really have a good angle to see it, and there's no overhead cams to do instant replay, at least not yet in the NWHL. Perhaps one day they'll get to that point as Kira Dotsall gets the puck out of her zone for the Riveters, who trail 2-1 with 12:50 to go, and we get a stoppage here, and just a little bit of pushing and shoving after the fact, but icing the whistle, and they'll bring it back the other way.
So what do you think? Who do you think is going to get the next goal?
Who do I think? Are we taking bets?
Yeah, taking bets. Taking bets.
This top line for the Whale they've been so good. Why not Babstock? She's the only one of the forwards yet to score.
I'm liking Babstock right now. She just looked she's had a really great rush. I think the last shift she was out there, really strong on her stick, really strong skater. She's fun to watch.
There's Babstock with it after the pinch by Brickner. Babstock gliding to the right wing side. She'll drop it back off to Bracken now to Brickner, trying to backdoor a pass down the right side, and they'll work it back ahead to Fratkin at the point. Out of Boston University, center point for Brickner. Try to lead it ahead, taken away. And here come the Riveters down the near wing side. Farrellman on her backhand with a shot, save made. Rebound cleared off the far boards, and Babstock chips it away. Here's a 2-on-0 with Kazumi. It's Babstock. Kazumi cutting toward the net, couldn't handle the pass by Babstock. Great look, just couldn't get to the puck in time.
Yeah, that was a great look. And whenever you have a 2-on-0, you want to capitalize on every single one of those opportunities. That was a really, really close call on that one.
Back the other way come the Riveters, and the shot deflected out of play. Put in by Fritz Ward, the Mason City, Iowa native, who was the captain at Quinnipiac this past season.
Yeah, I think that if Kazumi would have connected with that puck, it probably would have gone in. It was a great backdoor pass. So Babstock almost assisted the next goal.
Yeah, that's close, but not good enough. I would not have predicted it correctly.
Yeah. But it didn't even go in, so
it doesn't matter. I still have a shot. Still got a shot. Johnson with it center point, shooting one with traffic in front, got to a body. She'll take it back on her feet at the right point. Looks to spin around. And back in the corner it goes. Whale come away with it. Faber off the left wing boards to Darkangelo, trying to drag back. It was blocked out in front by Orlando. Now to the right point for Doyle. Doyle lets it fly cross ice to the corner. Comes up the boards to Engstrom. She loses the puck. And now out with it is Fritz Ward. Gets stood up at the line. And Ketchum now for the Riveters will skate through.
Yeah, you're seeing right now, the passes are a little bit off. When you're trying to catch a hard pass, you're not quite getting your stick on it all the time. And that's everything that happens at the beginning of a season when you're just trying to get back into hockey games. And it's frustrating, but it's to be expected. And I guarantee you, in a few games from now, you won't be seeing those little plays that are almost connecting, but not quite.
The league works in a way where you practice 2 nights a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. There were exhibition games played last weekend by these two teams, but you're right, Erica, not a lot of time together, not the same type of traditional training camps that many of these players would experience in a university environment or with a Team USA, any kind of international league.
Right, it's 1 game a week, and then late night practices too. I know that the Riveters practice at 10 p.m. That's tough, but
same thing here for the Whale.
Yep.
That's a late practice
It
as
is.
Berman shoots it in. Now Babstock to the point, and the shot gets through to Fujimoto after Ward put it on net. No further play. 10:23 to go here in the second period. The Whale, thanks to Kelly Stack, lead the Riveters 2-1.
Yeah, again, great period so far. I think that as time's passing, the level of play is getting better and better. Passes are getting, they're connecting more on their passes. They're learning how to transition a little bit better and learning how to play with one another a lot better, I think.
Fratkin looking for Babstock. Went through her legs as she tries to settle it down with a skate. And Orlando for the Riveters plays it in deep for Brown. Brown holding against the pressuring Babstock. Dumped off the far wall. And Brickner with it for the Whale. She'll get it back for Kazumi. And now back for Brickner. The Lake Forest, Wisconsin native, is now it's cleared out ahead. Hanrahan playing it for the Riveters in her own zone, trying to center a play. And broken up by Fratkin. Now a hit taken along the boards. That'll start the Whale from right to left. Kazumi with it in the slot. Pass back across, and Kelly Stack deflecting it just high.
Yeah, just caught the back of the defender's skate on that, and it caused the puck to kind of go up on its edge, and Kelly couldn't quite get a handle on it, but it was a great attempt.
She has 1 goal already with the puck on the left side. Shoots it in. Settled down by Fujimoto for Shia Orlando. Back along the near wing. And played at the center red line. Regained briefly and now stripped. But doubling back for it, the Connecticut Whale, number 22, Danielle Ward. Gets it ahead and shot back in. Darkangelo now for the Whale. Drops it back. Engstrom with his shot off the side of the goal. Fujimoto got a piece of it. Engstrom working it back to the right side. Her shot hit off a stick. And the Riveters will skate ahead with it in those white sweaters with the blue and red trim, and they skate in offside.
Oh, nothing worse than an offsides when you're getting an offensive opportunity. That's a tough one. It's tough to go offsides on that play, especially when there's been a lot of back and forth in the neutral zone. You kind of just want to get the puck in and create some kind of offense. So I'm sure she's not too happy about going offsides on that one. But then again, you just get excited, and sometimes that's what happens.
Shots right now 24-14 in favor of the Riveters. Just to catch you up to speed on all the scoring in this one, the first goal scored at 2:26 of the opening period. Kazumi with Stack and Babstock getting the assists on the goal. The New York Riveters tied things up in the second period. Ammerman with her first of the year at 4:15. And the lone assist on that goal going to Belyakova. So the Russian getting on the score sheet. But just 1 minute and 10 seconds later, it was the Whale regaining the lead as Kelly Stack with her first, with the assists going to Fratkin. And the second assist on that goal was given to Jordan Brickner. So the defenseman getting the assist on the Stack goal.
Jordan Brickner, actually, I believe she's also a Badger. Man, Badgers are just amazing, I think. Just amazing individuals.
My Wisconsin native wife, who is watching on YouTube, will agree with the fact that those from Wisconsin are amazing individuals. As we get a hit along the boards right in front of us, Darkangelo came together with Ammerman. Puck back in the Whale zone. They'll come through on the breakout as the pass skipped past the left wing side of D'Arcangelo, and now turned away by Orlando, kept in along the right wing side by Danielle Ward, and she loses it, cleared back out. Berman for the Whale, drives it in off the far wing boards, and Orlando will play it in the corner.
Yeah, you could tell at the end of that shift the Whale.
Doherty with a keep-in shot and a save. The rebound put just wide as Ward in front. Had a good second look at the doorstep.
That was a great chance. Great opportunity on the back door. She just need to get her stick on it.
Brickner, cross ice, Frackin, winds, lets it go, and that one had a lot of pace on it as it comes hard off the boards. Back in deep.
The Whales seem to be having a lot of momentum right now.
Brickner, top of the left circle, lets it fly, looking for that corner, and a blocker save made by Fujimoto. Frackin for the Whale. All Whale right now up 2-1. A lot of momentum for Connecticut in the New York zone.
Yeah, the Riveters right now are getting caught watching the puck. If you watch them, they're all gravitating towards wherever the puck's gonna be. They're not really watching their man. It's
Babstock throws it through the slot. Brickner slams it off the far wing boards, regained by the Whale, and it's shot into the Connecticut bench, dumped there by number 2, Amber Moore, late addition to the lineup this afternoon for the New York Riveters.
got the call up.
So the puck shot out of play into the bench. So the face-off just stays back in the Riveters zone. The Kelly Stack line of Stack, Babstock, and Kazumi, and that is, I think everyone can agree, the number 1 line for this Connecticut Whale team out there on the ice.
Yeah, I think they've been the number 1 line this game especially.
Kazumi with it in the far wing corner. Looks to cycle off for Stack. Has that taken away by Figueroa. She gets sidled down to the ice on a nice hit by Babstock. Engstrom now to the left wing boards. She'll get it back from Stack. To the right side for Doyle. Shot waffling in on net. That deflected and knuckled. And Fujimoto able to make the save with 6.5 left in the second period.
Yeah, there were a lot of people in front on that. It's a good thing she got her glove on it and was able to cover it up. You never want there to be a rebound in front of the net when there's that many people there waiting for it to drop and hopefully smack it in. So it's good that she covered that.
Stack's line stays out there. She loses the faceoff. Here is Ashley Johnson in the far corner. Pinned to the wall by the Whale as Engstrom gets it back to the right point for Doyle. Chips it down for Stack. Looking in front for Kazumi. And played back to the right point. Doyle keeps it alive. Goes around her man. Pass in the slot. Engstrom creeping in. Had it. Now moves it back off the far boards. There's Kazumi pressured. Looking for Stack. Stack with a goal. Try to draw a toe drag by that far post. Work back around for Doyle. 5:50 to play here in the second. 2-1 Whale on top. First game in the league. The other two teams, Boston and Buffalo, to face off at 3:30 as Janine Weber cross-ice dumps it in deep for the Riveters as New York finally gets to escape their zone. They had not seen much offensive zone time here in this period.
Yeah, if you watch the last break that they just had there, it could have been a 3-on-2. Again, I wish that they'd add a little bit more depth to their offense when they're crashing in the zone. It would be really helpful to them to send one person hard to the net and get the other one to kind of pop up a little bit high, create an open seam and potentially a scoring opportunity.
Work back around to the right wing side. It is Morgan Fritz Ward pinned to the wall by Doyle. Now ahead to Dodsall at the point for Figueroa. Lets it go through traffic and wide. Fritz Ward back with it on the near side. The Whale able to play it off the boards. Cross ice for Kazumi. Couldn't handle it cleanly. Figueroa drives it back into Whale space. As Engstrom gets it clear, weak on the pass, Dodsall steps in front of her man and drives it back in.
Yeah, it's important for the Riveters to get a couple shots right here, I think. They need some momentum. They looked a little bit flat for the last 4 minutes, and they need to start getting the momentum back on their side a little bit.
Figueroa shooting. Nice sliding block by Kazumi. Puck at the top of the circle. It comes back for Molly Engstrom. And now Engstrom skating out this center. She had a long shift, a little gas, so just gets to the center red and chips it in with 4:15 to play in the middle period.
Yeah, it's really not a great feeling when you're stuck out there. The lactic acid buildup in your legs does not feel good.
3-on-2 here, developing as the puck led for Berman. In the far wing corner, turns it back up to the right side for D'Arcangelo. Now in the far wing corner. Berman with it at the point. Right wing circle. D'Arcangelo shoots and a glove save made. Held on there by Fujimoto as there's no further play with 3:55 to go here in the second. It's 2-1 Whale.
Yeah, it's been a good period so far, especially on the Whale side of things. I think they've been picking up a lot of speed in the last 5 minutes of this period and have set the Riveters back on their heels quite a bit.
Now a face-off is controlled by the Riveters. There's Fartelman facing pressure. Gets it out to the center line. Wolfeiler with it. Alyssa Wolfeiler will drop it back for Berman. Berman facing pressure by Beth Hanrahan. Turned around back to the right wing side. Back to Glino. Loses it. Put in on net. And the save made by Leonoff. She holds on. And quickly the officials step in to protect the crease and avoid any extracurriculars.
Yeah. You see the Riveters making a lot of turnovers right now. I think that they're kind of throwing the puck away when they don't know what to do with it. They're throwing it away a lot of the times. I think the difference between them and the Whale is the Whale will hold on to it, maybe look for an outlet and look for a different opportunity. See a lot of Riveters throwing the puck away, and I'm sure that Chad's not going to be too happy about that.
Well, with it out at center. Figueroa took it away. Babstock comes away with the puck. She motors in. Babstock to the slot. Shoots, and a save made by Fujimoto. Great look by Babstock. And, you get late in this second period. It's a tight game, Erica, 2-1. We saw a little bit of physical play back in the first period now. And I think both teams are starting to realize how much this means, the first game. And when you have you look at other levels of pro hockey when you have long 80-game schedules. This is a little bit of a different dynamic. The short schedule, every game means a lot more.
Yeah, absolutely. Every game means a lot. You only get to play once a week, so you want to take advantage of the time that you do get to have on the ice. So they typically, I think as a player you'd want to play more than one game a weekend, but yeah, you got to give it all in that one game and that one opportunity that you do have.
Johnston with it for the Riveters. She'll slam it in. 2:45 to go in the period. 2-1 Whale lead here in the second. As Brickner gets it behind the net. Fratkin outlets to the left side. Babstock looking. Up ice. She had Stack. Couldn't keep the zone, and the Riveters will get it clear.
Yeah, I think when you see Kelly Stack on the ice, the Riveters are going to be more conservative on defense. They're not going to probably step up too much because she'll take advantage of any situation like that.
Gabby Figueroa. And they only dress 16 skaters, 2 goaltenders as we get a whistle here. So these players, Erica, get a lot more ice time, especially the defensemen. There's only 5 defensemen rostered on each team. So, everyone's getting a bucketload of ice time. You start to get into this part of the game, the third period, fatigue's going to become a factor.
Yeah, I don't think the defensemen are going to probably complain, though, about playing 5D. I know that it's a different game on defense than it is on offense. I think on offense, you're more go, go, go. On defense, you kind of stay back a little. It depends, too, on what zone you're playing in.
And a turnover. Packer had an opportunity falling down toward the net, unable to get a shot cleanly off as the Riveters had a near scoring chance. Packer back the other way. On the near wing side, Packer evades a hit. Tied up along the near wing boards, and both teams will battle. We are under 2 minutes here in the second period. The Whale 2 and the New York Riveters 1.
Yeah, the Riveters, they just had a great opportunity, Madison Packer in front of the net. I like to see that out of her. She's a big force out there, and she needs to use her size to her advantage, and those are the times where she can do that, right in front of the net in the offensive zone.
Cheyenne D'Arcangelo with a long lead pass up the left side for Sam Faber. She couldn't hold on. And the Whale back in their own zone. Here comes a shot from the left wing side by Fritz Ward, blocked out in front. Fritz Ward with it back against Kelly Stack.
I would have loved to have seen that shot make it through the net, at least through to the net. She was the last man up high. There's only 2D in the zone, and then she had 2 of her own forwards with her.
Belyakova looking on the back door down the left side. Coming was Ketchum, a turnover as Stack gave that away. Final minute here in the second, 2-1 Whale, as Kelly Stack again will lead it up the left side. She finds Darkangelo, centers in now for Babstock. Drops it back off. Darkangelo had it poked away. Here come the Riveters. Down the near wing side, it's Weber. Weber toe drags, drops it off. Ketchum shoots, one save made. Rebound put just wide of the doorstep. Right there was Morgan Fritz Ward with a yawning net, and she couldn't seal the deal.
Oh my God, she's so badly going to want to have that one back.
Back to the point, Orlando to the left side. Johnson top of the circle. Shot blocked nicely by Kazumi, 25 to play. Here in period number 2, Kazumi back with it, trying to lead Babstock out to center, but waiting in the neutral zone with it was Orlando. Babstock battles her to take it away. Backing up was Johnson, and Babstock again. Here's Babstock looking to the slot. Johnson recovers with 8 seconds left behind her own net. 5 seconds left now in the period. Here is Elena Orlando with the puck. 2 seconds to go. She'll shoot it up ice, and the period comes to an end. A late chance for both teams here in this NWHL.co via the cross ice pass. And be cutting it close here for timing. The Whale begin with their top line of Stack, Babstock, and Kazumi, along with Fratkin and Brickner on defense. As we are underway, puck in front of the Connecticut bench along the far side. Digging it off the boards is Brickner. She'll get it back to Fratkin. And to the right wing side off a Babstock stick. The Whale look to start back in their own zone. Orlando coughs it up in front. And from point blank range, a good save made there by Fujimoto. As the Riveters get it out to center ice along the near side. Poked back into by Weber. Weber looking in front. And right there at the doorstep, number 11, Morgan Fritz Ward. And just couldn't get a stick on it for a shot as it is dumped out of play. 37 seconds into this third period.
Yeah, it's a great start to the period. You had Babstock, forechecking hard, skating the puck to the net down low right there, and then you had the Riveters get the puck, turn around, transition, and get another scoring opportunity down the other end of the ice.
Belyakova along with Ammerman and Packer. That's probably the top line for the Riveters out there. Here comes Darkangelo now for the Whale. She got upended a bit from behind as it is regained here along the right side. Belyakova, who assisted on the Ammerman goal back that had tied the game in the second period briefly. Now Faber to the slot. Pass went behind, regained by the Riveters. As it's deflected behind, Ammerman there for Orlando. Got caught up with her own teammate. To the right side, Ashley Johnston will drive it in for New York. 1:20 gone to this third period. It's a 2-1 lead for the Whale. Connecticut getting it out to center ice. Danielle Ward stripped just inside her own blue line. Puck still in the zone and finally tracked down by Shannon Doyle. She'll drop it back now for Molly Engstrom as the Whale get a clear.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how the energy level is going to be in this third period because, as we spoke about earlier, they're playing 2 practices a week and 1 game on the weekend, and practices are not the same as games in terms of the spike and drop and your heart rate and playing 40 seconds really hard and then getting off the ice trying to recover. So it's really interesting to see this. I'm really interested to see how their legs seem to be looking at the end of the third period.
Hanrahan going short side, save made in front. Little loose puck, tucked out along the near wing side. Figueroa waits for it near her blue line. Back straight away for Dodsell. Didn't shoot it, instead drives it down for Brown. Back up top for Dodsell. Looking in the corner for Hanrahan. She's tied up. And in the near wing corner, both teams will battle. 2.5 played here in this third period. A 1-goal Whale lead. Inaugural game of the NWHL. And it will be settled in behind the net by Alyssa Wolfeiler of Connecticut. Can't clear, though, as Figueroa, a nice keep in, drives it back off the end boards. And again, Wolfeiler again. Lob leaping up off her skates. Figueroa knocks it down, was shoved to a knee. Poked out this center, and it's gained by Darkangelo as she gets hipped along the boards and regained by the Riveters, driven back in by Fartelman.
Good recovery by Fartelman. I think there was a opportunity where she could have got it deep, whenever you're 6 feet in or inside or outside the blue line, you want to be able to get it in deep, and she had a good recovery there, getting that puck back and getting it in deep.
Here's Stack going around the net, still with the puck, top of the right circle to the corner for Babstock. She lost a handle on it. Faber coming in, so now Faber working instead of Kazumi on that top line with Babstock along with Kelly Stack. On the right wing side, the Riveters take it in. Shot from the wing, held on there as Fritz Ward put it on net, and Leonoff holds on. With 3.5 gone by in this third period, the Whale up 2-1.
Yeah, that was a good bad angle shot there. She just took a shot outside wide. You never know what's going to happen there. You never know if the goalie's going to pop out a rebound or it's going to take a funny bounce, could go in the net. So it's a great play.
Belyakova in on the face-off against Faber for the Whale. Belyakova thrown out, and Ammerman, the New York goal scorer, in. Won the draw, but met in the corner by Molly Engstrom. So it's rimmed around and regained by her defense mate Doyle. Belyakova tied up at the blue line, and his offside delayed call. They'll give it away for the Whale. Get it out to center ice. Wobbling puck, Ammerman. Again poked back in, and again it's Doyle for the Connecticut Whale, saucering it up the right side. It hops off the boards and too far for D'Arcangelo. That allows the Riveters to come back in. Madison Packer around the net to the left wing side. Between the boards, it is Ammerman upended. They drive it back in deep, and again, the Whale look to get it out of danger. Held in along the right side by Elena Orlando, and she'll give it away to Engstrom.
Seems
Snaps
like the
a pass up the left side and dumped in.
Yeah, it seems like the Whale's having a tough time breaking it out right now. The Riveters are kind of all over them in the offensive zone, so that's good. That's good for them. I mean, they're the team that's down right now, so they're fighting for their lives. They're going to want to get a goal. They've come out pretty hungry.
Well, they got an icing. You know, the second period kind of started off that way as well. It definitely seemed like the first few minutes of the middle period belonged to the New York Riveters. They had that jump and the momentum when they tied the goal. It didn't last very long, but kind of similar here start to the third period for New York.
Yeah, definitely.
Face off to the left of Nana Fujimoto. Controlled by the Whale, Brianna Doherty. Back along the right side, looking toward the point for Berman. Berman gives it back to Doherty. Looks to move around. Works it behind the goal. Back to the left side. They were looking for Ward in the slot. Battaglino is trying to pass that. Instead, the Riveters take it away as it's dumped up the boards. Glove down by Ammerman. Centers it ahead. Fartelman cut down to a knee. Regained by the Whale. Riveters changing. Whale try to catch him off guard. Berman with it down the right side. In the slot is shot by Babcock. Same made rebound. Put on net by Stack, and another good stop by Fujimoto.
Yeah, Kelly was just flying in for that rebound. That was a great way to get her stick on it. I thought she was going to have it there.
Babstock again, in across the line. Cross ice goes behind Kelly Stack. She'll play it off the board. Swings it to the left wing circle. Babstock waits, shoots. Save made by Fujimoto. Fartelman did a good job for the Riveters to get in front of Babstock and kind of make her slow things down instead of taking that initial shot. And now the Riveters will skate it in. Down the left side, Janine Weber. Weber. A little off balance in behind the net. Looks to get it back behind the goal. She's cut off by Fratkin. And coming over to take it away is Doyle. 6 minutes played here in this third period. 2-1 Whale on top. Babstock down the right wing side, spinning. Lost an edge and regained by the Riveters as it's dumped out to center ice by Fritz Ward. Regained quickly by Michaela Long, but she can't get anywhere. And the Riveters trying to play it ahead. Now a turnover. Long with Faber. Long and across the line. Left side pass. Wobbling puck went over the stick of Sam Faber. In the slot, she gets it back. Now to Long. In front, it got through. And Fujimoto got a piece of it.
Yeah, that was a great 3-on-1 there. That was a great opportunity. Whenever you have a 3-on-1, you want to make sure you at least get a shot on net, though. So I'm sure that they're going to go back to the bench and want to have that opportunity back.
Puck is dumped back in. The Riveters will start back in their zone following a Whale line change. Long pass ahead. Doyle able to take it away. She skated in offside, so she'll curl back to her blue line, and the Riveters will play it ahead as Madison Packer deflects it in, but behind the center red line. That's an icing.
Yeah, she tipped the puck before the red line, and then she probably wanted to tip it after. So I'm sure she's not too happy with that.
So the Whale, opportunity to get an offensive zone draw. Danielle Ward centering Battaglino, and you also have Brittany Doherty up front off the draw. Doherty gets cut off by Packer. Engstrom and Doyle, your defense for the Whale. Doyle will track it down. Out of the crease comes Leonoff to settle things. And now Engstrom trying to play it ahead. Kept alive by Doherty. Back to their left wing side, now regained by Ward. Ward with it, cross ice, good pass. Battaglino having a bit of trouble handling it, looking to center it, loose in the right wing circle. Doyle is there, shoots through traffic, that was blocked. Nice sliding play by Orlando. And we get a stoppage, a goalpost knocked off its mooring.
You know, I'd like to see something happen off this face-off. I think it's odd. I feel like throughout this game we haven't really seen either team be able to make a play off the face-off. It's usually one team wins or loses it, and then it's, you know, a turnover right away. So I'd like to see somebody create some kind of scoring opportunity or even a defensive play and breakout off of this face-off. It's a huge part of the game.
Well, the lone one that comes to mind was the Brooke Ammerman goal back in the second period.
Exactly.
Clean off a face-off win, and the game was tied for 70 seconds.
Exactly.
Now following the stoppage in play, it is Berman deep in the Riveters zone trying to come around the net. 12:20 remaining here in the game. In regulation, 2-1 Whale leading the Riveters. And now Fartelman with it for the Riveters out to center ice. Shoots it in from the right side. Beth Hanrahan waiting on it. So is Berman for the Whale to tie her up. Alyssa Wolfeiler for the Whale.
Oh.
Meanwhile, a hit away. Oh, that could have been interference. No call. Figueroa. Play moves on. Regained out to center for Kelly Stack. Too far for her. And shot back in by Gabby Figueroa. 11:45 now left to go in regulation. A one-goal game and a turnover. Janine Weber with a takeaway in the slot. Diving attempt there by Ammerman, and she got knocked down. Check that. Hanrahan with the try. Now another loose play in the slot, and Janine Weber with a great look put it just wide.
Janine Weber's having a great third period. I'm really impressed. She just took a great angle right there on that forecheck and completely took any option away from the defender on that. I mean, I'm sure she could have passed the puck a little bit sooner, moved it a little quicker, but that was a great play.
Long from the left wing circle. She shoots, and a save made by Fujimoto. 11:13 to go here in the third. 2-1. A little bit of physical activity going on between these two teams. And to your point about Janine Weber, yeah, a lot of international experience. She's from Austria. She's played in a lot of the high-end leagues over there, those tournaments. Played a little bit at Providence College, and her game has gotten better as the night has gone along, and Chad Weissman's going to her a bit more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Off the draw, put right in on net. Fujimoto with the save. Now Ammerman for the Riveters. Blasting it around her own net. Ward lets it drop back to Brickner in the low slot. Here is Faber behind the back pass. And she dropped it off, but taken away. Ammerman to the right wing side. Packer to Ammerman. Looking back for Packer. A poke away. Belyakova now comes in. Here is Belyakova with Ammerman deep in the right wing corner for the Riveters in the Whale zone. 10:40 to go in this one. A one-goal lead for the Whale. And Connecticut with it out again to center ice. Brickner along the left wing side. She'll put it in from the blue line and come off on a change.
Yeah, in between periods we were talking about how it didn't seem like the Riveters were up in shots, but I think the reason why is because when you watch, for example, Sam Faber on that last play, instead of taking the shot there, she tried to, go behind the back with a kind of a pretty pass, but you know what, they're not getting shots on net, and I think that's why the Riveters are leading in shots right now. It might not seem it, but they are.
Now we have a stoppage in play on an offside. 10:16 to go. 2-1 the score. Whale on top. Ward's line on with Battaglino and Doherty. And Doherty will come in to take the face-off at the far dot. Riveters control and skate it in. Johnston left point. Shoots, not much on it. Good glove save. Held on to by a drifting Leonoff with 10:07 to play.
Yeah, see, that was a good play off the face-off. They get it right back to the defender on the red line. She passes it up to the winger, gets a shot on net.
Top line back on for the Connecticut Whale, Jake Mastel, first year. Well, everyone's a first-year head coach in this league, but everyone's a first-year head pro coach.
Everyone's a first-year.
Everything in this league. It's the first game. Orlando with it. She turns it over, back to Stack, inching into the slot, shoots one, deflected wide. Now Brown, and it deflects off the skate and goes in. Chelsea Brown tried to play it by the side of her net. It was a deflection, and it got in behind Fujimoto. It's now 3-1 Whale.
That's too bad. That's too bad. Fujimoto's been playing a great third period. A great game, actually, and kind of a fluky goal. You never really want that to happen, but It does. So I guess that's just the game, right? Hopefully the Riveters can respond to that goal. It's kind of deflating when that happens, because it seems, especially because the Riveters have kind of had control over this third period, I think, at this point. So unfortunately, a bad bounce doesn't go their way, and now they're down by 2 goals.
Very much a fluky goal. You see that every so often, and you're right, a shame it happened to Nana Fujimoto. Well, it is Babstock getting credited for the goal, right side. Babstock with his shot, and that one drifts wide past Fujimoto.
So you called it.
I did, and it looks like Stack getting the assist. Babstock with her first. Back the other way comes Janine Weber. Weber to the right side, and the shot goes a little bit wide.
I don't know what Janine Weber did in between periods. She must have been taking, I don't know what she ate, but she's come out as a different player, and it's fun to watch.
Well, they now have a little bit of a deeper hole to climb out of. Down 2 as Ketchum skates in for the Riveters from the left side. Shot stick to the corner. Berman cutting in front of Ketchum. And the Whale come away with control of the puck. From the right wing side, it's skated in by Michaela Long. Long looking in the slot to the cutting Darkangelo down the left side. Goes wide by her. Faber cycles back to Darkangelo. Now in behind the net to Sam Faber. Try to backhand it out in front. Johnston blocks it. Good workmanship there for the Whale as they had the puck in deep for a moment. Cheyenne Darkangelo with it again. The Quinnipiac product skates down the near side. She's stripped by Ammerman, who turns it over. Loose puck in front. Put on goal by Darkangelo, and she scores.
That's a tough turnover right there in front of the net.
4-1 Whale.
Kind of got her pocket picked a little bit, and they really took advantage of the opportunity and executed on it right off of a rebound, I think.
11:38, time of the goal for Cheyenne Darkangelo, the Quinnipiac University product. 3 unanswered now for Connecticut to take a 4-1 lead.
That's too bad. The Riveters have kind of let it slip away. They really need to pull back the reins, or not pull back the reins, but they need to take control of the game. They need to score soon because they're already down by 3 goals. They have to come back in this game. They want to stay in it.
On the left side, Ward will shoot it in. Figueroa tied up in the corner. So 4 separate goal scorers so far. Cheyenne Darkangelo with the goal. And Michaela Long assisting. As we get a face-off coming back in the Riveters zone to the right of Fujimoto. Brickner from the left point. Drives a shot wide, and Fujimoto there to knock it down and hold on. And now we've got a scrum out in front of Fujimoto's crease to the right side. At least one player looks banged up. That's Anya Battaglino, and a little slow getting up. And we have a media timeout here with 7:58 to go in this game. 4-1 Whale.
Yeah, it seems like the puck just slipped out in front of the net. She was there all alone. Whenever there's a forward in front of your goalie for longer than you better watch out, because you're not going to be there for long. I think for the most part, someone's going to come and try to get you off their goalie and do whatever they can to get you out of the front of the net. Everyone's very protective of their goalie for the most part. I tried to stay away from those situations. I mean, snap me in half like a toothpick, but you get those big defensemen in front of the net.
And there is some size on that Riveters blue line.
There
Ashley
is.
Johnston, very big, very tall out there. And Janine Weber with some size as well. If she's getting, even though she's a forward, she's a little bit taller. And now a little bit of confusion here. And the media timeout, I think the ladies were ready to just keep going.
Yeah, they're just firing and ready to go.
I didn't need a timeout. Did you need a timeout?
No, I didn't need a timeout. I never need timeouts. I'm always on.
I didn't know if anyone else in the media. And speaking of media, there's a ton of media here at this game, over 15 outlets. Greg Wyshynski, Puck Daddy on Yahoo, is here at this game. I was told the CBS Evening News is here at this game. So a lot of publicity for really a historical event. And you think, well, it's a very modest beginning, a very small arena. It's packed here, standing room only. The first ever NHL game played almost 100 years ago was a bit of a bigger building. Only 700 people at that game. So,
yeah.
You know what? Big things come from modest beginnings.
and they're playing Miley Cyrus' Party in the USA right now, and it really doesn't get much better than that.
There you go. Well, coming out of the media timeout, we'll have the Whale top line on of Stack Kazumi up front. And they do have penalties, so coming out of that, penalties to both clubs. We'll catch you up on those. But right now, 4-on-4 hockey with 7:45 to play. So a little bit of open ice here. As Kazumi with it, backhanding it in deep from the right wing side. So the two gifted forwards of Kazumi and Stack, both of whom with goals here today. Up front for the Whale. Meanwhile, Kaylee Franken dumped down to the ice. And here comes Weber trying to motor her way past Stack, who was able to side her up at the center line. Franken with it 1-on-2. And she turns it over inside the Riveters' end. Coming up on 7:15 to play in regulation, a 3-goal Whale lead 4-1. Ammerman in. Ammerman for the Riveters to the far wing circle. Spun off by Franken. Little backhand shot, save made. Good stop by Leonoff.
On this 4-on-4, I'd like to see the forwards maybe, pull back a little bit and take a hard turn to the boards and find their defensemen open up some ice, take a little bit more time with it, because I feel like they're really kind of shoving it down, in the offensive zone. They just keep forcing it forward, and you don't necessarily have to do that all the time on a 4-on-4. So.
Loose bucket center ice taken away. Babstock with 1 goal already. She's looking for 2. Stops top of the circle.
Nice.
Moves in. Nice move. Try to throw it through some legs in front. And it was broken up by Bray Ketchum.
Yeah, she had some good poise on that play right there. Babstock held on to the puck. Made some good plays. Turned back. Made a tight turn back to the defenseman. Wasn't open. Held on to the puck. It's a good play.
Hanrahan from the right circle can't get one on net. 10 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Whale through center. Up the middle, it's Long. Looking to her right for Faber. Faber in the corner. Pass out. Loose in the slot. Long is there. A backhand shot. That was blocked. Center point kept alive. Held there by Wolfeiler. It's back to 5-on-5. Under 6 minutes to go. 5:50 remaining. 4-1 Connecticut. First pro game in the NWHL. Hanrahan from the right side. She shoots, and it was deflected in behind the net. Back in the Whale zone. Along the near wing, taken by Doherty. She centers it, no one home. Now Morgan Fritz Ward skates in. Riveters shooting from the right side. Fritz Ward shot stopped in front by Leonoff. No further play. 5:27 remaining here in this third period. It's a 4-1 Connecticut Whale lead. Now coming up after the game, those of you watching on YouTube get to participate in the afternoon game, Buffalo and Boston up at Harbor Center. But here for the fans, the standing room only crowd, there will be a complete team autograph signing session. So a lot of fans here waiting for that, looking forward for that opportunity to meet all of the players on this team for the Connecticut Whale, which is their home building here at Chelsea Piers. 5:05 remaining. In the slot, it's Ward. Try to line up his shot. It went wide of the post. Battaglino dropping it back off. Regained, though, by Fartelman. She gains the center red for the Riveters. Drives it in right on net, and Leonoff will just knock that down with 4:48 to go. So we talked about how this league is 1 game a week. Makes it really easy to tell you the schedule, at least in terms of who's playing who. Next Sunday, the Whale will make their first road trip of the season. They go up to Buffalo for a 3:30 game at Harbor Center. In fact, they're on the road 5 straight weekends, and they don't come back here until Buffalo comes to town on December 6th for a 4:30 game. And you can go to nwhl.co to find the Connecticut Whale website and get your tickets today for that next home game. And we get a stoppage in play here with 4:20 remaining. 4-1 Whale on top.
Yeah, I'm looking for the Riveters to light a fire right now. They need to come out here with more energy if they want to stick in this hockey game. It doesn't seem like they're bringing too much fire to the ice right now. And
no, it's hard. You give up those
they've really
back-to-back goals
deflated.
in just a minute 30 apart between Baystock and Darkangelo scoring. So Those 2 goals in 90 seconds, that really takes the wind out of your sails if you're on the losing end of things.
Absolutely. No, it totally does, especially when you're kind of the Riveters were outplaying them the first 10 minutes of the period, and then the fluky goal, and then the back-to-back goals, and yeah, they just seem deflated right now, which is understandable.
All the Whales still pushing the pace here. Stack to Babstock looking to move it out in front, puck it off the side of the goal. Now here come the Riveters. Hanrahan from the left side, 3:45 to go. Waiting at the point, Johnston winds and fires one. Try to go 5-hole. The door was shut. Good save by Leonoff. Rebound loose out in front, taken away. And Cheyenne Darkangelo got tripped up by Figueroa, who lost her stick. And Darkangelo has the 4th Whale goal. As Ammerman now for the Riveters, poked away by Kazumi and regained by the Whale. Rink wide pass. Berman skates in. Berman 2-on-1, and the pass went right behind Cheyenne Darkangelo along the left side. And we get a stoppage in play with 3:11 remaining.
Oh, good thing the D got their stick on that one. Berman saw her winger crash in the net on that wide open. She would have been all alone in front of the net on Fujimoto if she connected that pass. So good stick by the D on that play.
Face-off will be to the left of Fujimoto. Faber's line on. She wins the draw to the right side for Michaela Long. Johnson with it deep for the Riveters, gets it out. Tracked down in the corner by Leonoff with 3 minutes to go and a 3-goal Whale lead. They should come away with their first win of the season here in just a couple of minutes, unless something catastrophic would happen on their side, but they're pushing a 3-on-2 right now. Long with it along the left wing. Toward the corner, gliding. Hands it off for Fracken in front of the backhand try by Faber. Ends up getting deflected in front, and the net is not clear off the pegs.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. The Whale, they're outplaying them, right now, I think by a significant margin. And I think that it's just because the Riveters are probably discouraged, but you never want a team to give up or stop fighting for it. So I hope that in the next 2 minutes and 40 seconds they can turn it around a little bit. You never know what can happen.
Now cleared out the center. Fracken with it to the right side for Doherty. Doherty racing down the right wing side, put his shot in on goal. Fujimoto with the save. 2:25 remaining here in the third period. Riveters push it out to center ice. Skating along the left wing, it's Ketchum. Ketchum into the Whale zone. She takes a hit along the boards. And the corner now is Taylor Holst out of Boston College. Regained by the Whale. It is Ward. Ward 1-on-5. Ward trying to go through everybody while the rest of her teammates change up. 2 minutes to play, 4-1 Whale.
Yeah, the Riveters have to recognize and see that 1-on-5. They have to know, okay, there's one person out here on their team and there's 5 of us, so let's, triple team her. Let's get the puck back and let's go down the other direction and score a goal. You have to play with a sense of urgency, especially right now.
And now Bray Ketchum from the left side fires one that climbs the ladder high. Ashley Johnston can't keep the zone with 1:35 remaining. Puck along the far wing boards by the Connecticut Whale bench. The Riveters play it back in their own zone. Dumped off the near side. Pushed ahead by Hanrahan. Weber has it poked away. And poked down the boards by Babstock, who has the 3rd goal for the Connecticut Whale in this one. All 3 members of that top line for the Whale with a goal today is Hanrahan in the slot. Has that poked aside. Brown with it back to the corner. Gliding back toward the boards, coming up on a minute to go. It was Jessica Kazumi at 2:26 of the first period with the league's first goal. And that was the only goal of the period from Stack, getting the primary assist there. And then at 4:15 in the second, Ammerman from Belyakova tied it. That 1-1 game lasted all of 1:10. Stack got the go-ahead goal. Baystock and Darkangelo followed from there. As it's been all Whale here in this third period. The Riveters had a decent start for the first couple of minutes, and then it all turned around the other way.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little disappointed in their response for the goals, to be honest. I wish they could have come out with a little bit more fire and respond in a little bit better of a way than, they've kind of just curled over and allowed the Whale to really take advantage of getting those goals and really take control of the game.
Here is Madison Packer looking in front. A nice look there by Belyakova. One hand deflects it wide. 8 seconds to go here in the third. The Whale are going to win as they take control of the puck. With it is Alyssa Wolfeiler, and it goes to the corner, and the horn sounds. Arms up in the air for goaltender Jamie Leonoff. She was fantastic today as the Connecticut Whale pull away with the league's first victory, 4-1, over the New York Riveters.
Yeah, the Whale goaltender was definitely probably my number one star choice of the game, I'd say. She played a great game. She covered all the rebounds. She didn't give them an inch. It was awesome. She did a great job.
Shots unofficially in the third period, 10 for the Whale, a game total of 29. 37 in the third period for the Riveters, and a game total of 36. 4-1 your final score, as we will keep it here for the three stars of the game. And you normally only see this in the playoffs if you're in the National Hockey League and watching one of those games, but in the NWHL, everyone's shaking hands at center ice. The league's first game is in the books, and Eric, it was a fun one to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a fun one to watch. I really do wish that the Riveters could have hung on at the end there, because I think that they really came out with a lot of energy, and that's exactly what they needed to do. And then, like I said, that fluky goal really, like you said, took the wind out of their sails, and they weren't able to bounce back from it, unfortunately. But hopefully, it's the beginning of the season. You move forward, you learn something from every single game when you're a player, and hopefully they go back to the locker room and they talk about that, and they say, look, next time, what do we have to do to respond better? What can we do to make sure that we don't allow them to take control of the game and when they get a fluky goal in the third? So
all the Connecticut Whale now lining up around center ice as they're going to salute the crowd here at the Chelsea Piers in Stamford, Connecticut. Stick raises up in the air, and a 4-1 win. And for the fans here in Stamford, an autograph signing session coming up next with all of those players that are on the ice, and that's going to be a treat for everyone. They're starting to head out because it's going to be, I imagine, a very long line to meet all of the players from the Connecticut